Yeah, I'm ballin' in this bitch. Yeah. Money stay callin' in this bitch. We ain't worry about none, we celebratin'.
Yo. What's up, people?
What's going on, good people? I got my pups right here, and they're just doing all sorts of crazy shit, just wanting all the love right now, bro. They're pulling a fuck. I feel like Ace Ventura. All the puppies are fucking. Let's go. Hello,
Hey,
good
man.
people. I hope y'all are having a fantastic day, as always.
Absolutely.
Guys,
Yeah.
what's going on? Talk to us, man. What's happening, my boy?
Hey, man. I'm chilling. I'm having a good time. I just got off of listening to Furu and Disciple going at it, man. That was a great stream. Make sure y'all check that out. He's calmed down on the whole E-Hex versus P-Hex thing, so I think it's a safe bet to check him back out now.
Yeah. It's a safe bet to check him.
Yeah. It's safe now.
Oh my
Shout out to
gosh.
Furu, man.
Yeah. That was a battle that he picked that I was like, dude, why fall on a sword on this one, man? Why let that be the battle you fall on a sword on?
Yeah, I've picked battles, and it is what it is, but it's like that one in particular was it's just certain people you probably don't want to beef with in the community. That's all,
All right.
And we all know who that is.
This is one of the pups right here. Gloria's asking to show us the pup, so I gotta show Gloria all the love. But this is one of the Echo.
Yeah, me and him matching, man. I'm getting old, dog. I'm seeing grays in my beard. I'm like, what's going on, man? It's not good.
Come here.
It's not good.
This is a big Great Dane girl right here. Her name is Oriana. Ori.
Huge.
Yeah, she weighs 113 pounds. I think we just weighed her yesterday.
Wow.
So she's a bigger girl.
She looks
a pretty
really
girl. Yeah. And then I got another puppy down here at my feet as well. His name's Journey. I've seen him, the cute fluffy dog, but I don't want to pick him up and move him right now, or he's too comfortable.
Are they all trained? Like, are they trained in the sense of like, do you have to clean up a lot of poop in the house, or they know to like go outside?
Never, not ever, bro. Like, yeah, they're 100% trained, man. They especially like that's a potty training, simple stuff one-on-one. Right. And it comes down to regimens and just how you treat them. If you see them pottying in the house a lot and maybe pissing everywhere or something, take away their water, for example. And you could just continue to go on and come up with different things. If they're pooping inside, take away their food, right? Feed them at certain times, take them out after eating within 10 minutes, all that good stuff. So
right.
But yeah, man, it's it's a crazy little thing. But yeah, my wife's been doing all the training and all that good stuff for probably about 7 years now. And so we do board and trains, where we basically have pups come over all the time for training and handle certain shit. But
that's probably a lot of money, right? They're paying you a lot of money to keep their dog. Like, so you'll keep a dog for like a month, or do you keep it for like a day?
2 weeks. No, 2-3 weeks is usually the average turnaround. Sometimes you'll get a month. But yeah, I mean, pay is good for board and train because you're also getting. It's not just like they're coming over here to stay here. Now, my wife wakes up every single morning at like 7 a.m. She goes for adventures with the pups, hikes, walks, adventures, whatever the case may be, takes them out. Yeah. After that, they're going to Starbucks and training and going through, getting exercise everywhere. So plenty of work. But yeah, it's good money, man. Good money.
You ever get like problematic dogs that are like dangerous almost in a sense? Like, you ever get that?
She has a full basically interview cycle that we've already figured out, so that way it's not just like anyone can bring their pup over. Not everyone has that option, and because we know we have a situation with 4 dogs already in our house, so we're not going to subject them to an asshole dog and risk them taking on bad behaviors from that shitty dog and bringing them over here. So our dogs are the example dogs for dogs who need help understanding certain things like feeding and how to take care of how to play correctly. Like, that's one of the big things a lot of pups will get a little bit too excited with and overplay and maybe bite too hard or whatever the case may be, or don't understand good calming signals. All these good things that happen with training puppies. And dude, like I've learned quite a bit, obviously, just through the years, but my God, dude, she is a master at this shit when it comes to the body language of a dog. She's like, did you see the tail not move that that direction. Did you see the head go down just a little bit? Did you see the ears pull back? Like, I'm like, bro, like, I'm looking, but I'm not that good. So goddamn. But yeah, she's
she's a pro.
They come
man.
over. Yeah, they come over and you know, have plenty of fun. Yeah, good on you, ATX. I'm sure would be a good source of income.
Hell yeah.
I mean, but again, you got to understand. So she went. This is part of like the whole thing that happens in marriage. She went from a job that was paying her probably, we'll say, like $120,000 a year to just
let's go. Okay.
And so that became part of the whole thing back in the day, and that's what we actually started doing. And so I was like, what do you want to do? Right. Train dogs. Cool. So let's go to annual, let's go get certified. Let's go get, you know, all licensed up, all that good stuff. Start her own business, LLC, all that good stuff. And then, yeah, making no money for a little bit of time while her business got up and running. And now it's, like I said, 7 years in, doing really good. And, you know, she's loved it every single day. Don't have to worry about waking up, and her schedule is set on her basis. So she'll be home at like 2 o'clock every day for the most part, you know, and we get to do whatever after that. So pretty awesome, man.
Dope. That's dope. Yeah. Take notes, everybody. Take notes. That's how you do it.
Yeah, it takes time, folks. God dang. That's what, you know, like at the end of the day, all this takes time, bro. And like, if patience is, if you can be rewarded with patience, especially in crypto, my God, we win.
Hello.
So,
I mean,
like, look, again, folks, shit, September's almost done. A couple days gone. Yep. We're in October, 3 months left in the year, you know. Then 2023 is over. Then we're in 2024. And then 2024 is going to fly by. Just like last year flew by. It'll fly by. Right? But you don't really notice it when it's all happening. But you always say, God dang, that flew by, no matter what. Even if you know it. Like, you always look back and you're like, that was fast.
Hey, man, the world isn't ending. This, you know, it's either this thing is going to pump and everything's going to the moon, or the world ends. And I'm just not going to sit here and be a fear monger thinking the world's going to end. It's just, it's not a way to live. You know, be hopeful, be optimistic. Shout out to all the people live right now. I know we had a few comments in chat. I don't know if you want to run through them things. Say hi to everybody.
Of course. Yeah, we'll say what's up. You can run through if you want, but I'll say what's up to Kaisa, 151, Dosed Easy. We got, of course, Ted Nelson in the house, DJ Bomber, O'Cars, hello, ALRS, hello, Gloria, much love to you as always, Gloria.
What's up,
we got people? Crypto Khalil, Benny Davis, Kaisa, One Up in the house, John Neese, Prospector, what's going on? Crypto Chino, Terry Doc, hello, good afternoon. We got Brown Conservative Capitalist, what's going on? Godfather J6, hello, my boy.
Terry Doc, man, I got something for you, dog. You already know, man. You know what it is. Terry Doc be knowing, man.
Yeah, and here's the best part, man. I was looking at just all the fucking amazing things that we have going on, but just I think you and RG3 and Disciple had it in your stream yesterday where you were just like, man, the future is just growing no matter what. Like we're in an ecosystem that has been continually growing and getting larger and larger and larger. And what's really fun is like we can almost consider ourselves, we'll call it second gen streamers or whatever you want to call it, you know.
Only number 2.
And I know, and that's just only number 2. I was imagining, and I was having a fun little thought process. I was like, what happens on 3rd gen, 4th gen? What happens on those? You know what I mean? Like,
that's what I keep telling people.
Absolutely freaking crazy.
Bro, this is the second wave of Hex. What happened? There's gonna be more waves than 2, bro. Yeah. So if you're getting in the second, that's not a bad time to get in. I don't know what's going to happen on the 9th wave. I don't know.
Right.
But second waves, I mean, look at Ethereum's first wave, then look at their second wave, then look at it. Bro, it's not a bad time to get in for the second run. All right. So this is a great opportunity, y'all. Prices are at their lowest right now.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a crazy thing.
Hey, ALRS, once you get this one for you, boy.
Yeah, absolutely. He says PulseX loudly once, please. Say PulseX loudly.
I feel like you got the you got the voice, so go ahead, kill it.
PLSX. Like, I don't know. Like, what do you want to say? PulseX. Like, I'll say this. You don't know. Yeah, man.
I'm talking about Hex and tag me.
Yo, that song, bro, that thing is gonna be timeless when we reach all-time highs.
Yeah,
you know,
for sure.
That's
no, it's actually
we'll be blasting that on the yacht, man. Shout out to everybody, man. It's good
Thatcher
to see y'all.
puppy is at least 4 times my dog. Yeah, dude, that she's a big girl. She's like I said, 113 pounds and all love. You know what I mean? If y'all have ever been around Danes or just been around typically big dogs, I'd say for the most part, they like to lean. They like to, hang out against you and just kind of love, that kind of affection. She's a leaner, bro. Right. Whenever she decides to lean, she's just like, whoop. She'll say knock you over, you know what I mean? Fucking love it, dude. Love it.
Oh, dude, man. Yeah, man. But this crypto thing, man, like, yo, we're getting to the end. We're coming to the end. You know, we don't know exactly when. It could be another year. But whatever the case is, third gen streamer, exactly. Bro, we're getting started. Like,
let's go.
There's gonna be people. We might not be the best streamers in the community. There's somebody right now that is just game planning, setting up their studio, their equipment, and they're going to come and take everyone by storm. It's going to be Stami Part 2. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's bro, like, what other community has all this, bro? I don't see it. I don't see no one putting.
Come on. Like the Pulse Tube does it best, where over 140 streamers or channels that talk about what we talk. Like, I don't know of very many cryptos that have that sort of outreach that are just constantly going every day.
Right.
Come on, man.
Right.
All day, every day. Like, let's go. It's absolutely wildly cool, man.
The only other streamers that take their job seriously in crypto are streamers that are like Crypto Banter or like BitBoy formerly. Like, there's people that just talk about everything, but there's no other community that has dedicated streamers that just talk about one thing, or 3 coins or one ecosystem. Like, I don't think there's one that comes close to us,
No, I love it, dude. God, dude, this is so freaking cool. I just love seeing all the good stuff being built. Everything happening in the ecosystem that we're in right now, seeing the prices look to be near bottom. I see someone saying they bought Pulse today. Congratulations, Hex to the Moon. They get it.
Amazing.
Saying still buying my future, 100%. Guys, like, that's why I have the Pulse Challenge going, for everyone to understand that you're doing this for 12 months, guys. Like, at the end of the day, you DCA for the next 6 to 12 months. That's it. Find a way, whatever you got, to just invest what you can afford to invest and go in for 6 to 12 months. And I think you'll be so much happier in that future, no matter what the outcome ends up being. If that's a 20x more that you've invested, 50x, 100x, 1000x, whatever that number is, you're going to be incredibly happy that you did it.
Yes. I mean, as long as you're not selling for a loss, that's the key, man. Like, you don't want to like have been in the ecosystem last year and now you're like, you know what, I'm done. I'm just going to cut my losses and take out. Like, that's the worst thing you could do. I'd rather watch this thing go to 0 than sell, bro. I'm just going to hold it. I'm going to hold nothing for 10 years if I have to. I'm not selling. There's no way I'm going to watch that money just dissipate and not even, I will ride this thing to 0 if I have to, but it's not going to happen. I mean, I don't think that's happening.
Right. No, I'm not.
At some point, there will be mass adoption at some point. Who knows when, So if you DCA for the next 6 to 12 months and nothing comes of it, what you going to do? Say, screw this. I'm taking all my money and leaving. No, man, you just keep going, because you never know when that Godwell Part 2, somebody's going to come and just send this thing to levels you can never reach. You know what I'm saying? So
for sure. Yeah. I mean, see here. I was trying to pull up the image. So Crypto Khalil sent an image. Doesn't come out good whenever you actually end up getting it. I don't know if there's an easier source to find it for you, Crypto Khalil. I'm more than happy to show it, but it just doesn't do a good job, and it's tough for my eyes to see. I would hate to pain anyone else's eyes, but it's a full ecosystem essentially, and I'll just kind of briefly show it. There's a full ecosystem going on within PulseChain happening. You can see this ecosystem slowly getting further and further out, and it's just going to continue to spread, continue to grow, continue to evolve. And overall, in terms of just the growth of a layer 1 network, PulseChain is crushing it. It's working. In terms of the layer 1, like there's over 43,000 validators going on, covering the decentralized platform that is PulseChain. So that way it's just always up and running. Like, that's incredible, folks. It's so rare. And again, like there's 1.39 trillion tokens just staked up in validators.
And not only do you get to get in at the ground floor, you are underground right now. We're all underground. We're below the ground floor. Just getting back to sacrifice, people are going to look at that as an opportunity. They're going to say, oh man, this thing is still cheap. And we're looking at it like, man, I just made so much damn money just getting back to the sack. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo.
Well, I mean, you know, that's what Access Live talks about as well. And that's kind of the same concept. You want the people to come in and buy, so you have people that you can sell to. You know, it's the whole idea behind the market in general. Oh shit.
You want to go ahead and handle that? I'm on full screen, so I can't.
What is going on, my friend? We have Pulse Disciple with us as well.
What up, big homie?
Let me flip up the layout real fast so it looks a little different. But guys,
what up, big homie?
Talk to me, Pulse Disciple. I heard you were on a stream with
Yo.
Talk to us.
Yeah,
man.
I literally just got off the stream with a Furu. It was a good stream, man. And, you know, I had fun with it. We were talking about all types of shit, man. We were talking about big boy situations.
Don't downplay it. Don't downplay. That was one of the greatest streams I ever heard in my life. Yo, real talk, no cap. Not because y'all talk highly of me or ATX. But seriously, that was a dope stream.
Had nothing to do with saying nice things.
That was what I want to hear. What y'all did is like, oh my God, like I love what I'm hearing right now. This is just awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome content, man.
Yeah. Well, you know, we got to talking about you know, what are we looking for as, you know, so-called influencers or, you know, community builders. We're attracting people to the shantytown / community. And I was just being real. I was like, I'm looking for people who are just like me. You know, those are the people who are looking for crypto. People who are looking for crypto are just people that are there. You got some risk capital that's sitting at the side.
Yep.
You need it to do something. You know, you have a risk tolerance.
Yep.
But you also you got a good job, so it's not going to kill you.
Right.
You're not you're not on the edge of your life just because you put $10,000 down. I'm looking for people who are just like me, right? And that's the bulk of middle class America. Those are the people who need this.
Absolutely.
Not the guy with $80 million.
Yeah.
He doesn't give a shit.
No, you understand. The reason why the rich get richer is because they can take advantage of bear markets when they come around. They buy the dip.
Right.
That's how they get their wealth. You know what I mean? It's not like they aren't taking advantage of these amazing prices as well. Like what? That's goofy if you think that. But most people can't afford to take advantage of these prices because of the situation that they're in and the predicament that they're in and the jobs that they have and the income that they make. And so they can't afford to take advantage of these. And then when things start pumping, they're like, oh man, that's my way out. That's my it's backwards. It's backwards, man.
Right.
Disciple, man. I just want to say the greatest term you ever coined, bro. The gated community. Oh my God. That was like a freestyle last night. That was last night was the first time you said that, right?
That's the first time it just came to my mind. I'm like, you know what? I'm happy in my Hex RH ecosystem gated community where it's safe, where there's rules.
Yep.
Yes.
Where there's expectations, where people cut their grass.
I don't want goofies on my property.
People cut their grass.
I don't
want
trash
cans are put away.
Yes. You are absolutely right. No goofies in my community, dog. Yo, stand outside the gate. I'll buzz you in.
I'll buzz you in. Like, who are you? Who you come here for?
Check with the guard before you talk.
I had that conversation with all of us in Wales. You know, I was sitting there saying the same. We want that. We want that level of safety and security. Like, and that's these things to think about. And so I'm right there with you, bro. Like, I need you better be on the list in order if you want to come see me, nigga. You know what I mean? Like, you better be on that list. And if your name ain't on there, bye, Felicia.
That's just the way it has to be, man. Because it's like, man, these guys, like, we need to create a place for people to feel safe and to come and do the right things and stay focused, you know, because there wasn't that before. Oh, we don't tell people what to do. Da, da, da. No, we're not telling people what to do. We're just trying to protect as many people as we possibly can. You know, like Disciple always says, bro, with Ethereum, you want it all, whatever coin was built on it, or should you have just held Ethereum? It's that's how we're treating this over here, bro.
Yeah, it's just an honest, realistic perspective that we're not trying to wow you with some fake intelligence, some fake financial intelligence. use a big word.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No. How about this?
Care.
Let's just take an honest perspective of what happened,
right,
and see what is possible, and just stick to that.
That's
love that.
You know?
I love that.
Steezy asked this, and I'll just kind of bring it up real fast. So he says, when you're doing your daily DCA into Pulse, do you already have a cash on the network ready to buy, or do you have to bridge ETH on the Pulse, then buy? Now, this is something that covers not only just a daily DCA buy, but just in general. I think you should always have some form of money ready to deploy, and that's in crypto already ready to deploy to take advantage when they arise. If you have to go through the process of buying on a centralized exchange, to send it to a personalized wallet, to send it to a bridge, and then have it done that way so you can buy it at that time, those steps, you're going to have hiccups somewhere, somehow. And whether that's buying more than the centralized exchange allows you to sell, whether it's not doing wire transfer and having to wait 7 days, so many different things that end up coming up. Then it's the bridge, and then you have to wait. Okay, cool. It's 30 minutes. Go by. It's now pumped up 10%. Who knows? So right. I think to answer the question, keep it simple. Always have capital ready to deploy on the network that you want to have it ready to deploy on. That's what having dry powder means, right? And that's on the Ethereum network, on the Pulse network. It doesn't matter what network you're in, and even in stocks and everything. You just want to have cash on hand in that apparatus or in that economy already, and that way you can deploy instantaneously should the moment arise. Now, for me, I just bridge it over the amount that I want to put right now, and so I just hold it in stables, and I do my daily buys that way. That's how I'm doing it. Super simple, and you can knock it out. Same thing.
I'm doing the same thing that ATX just said. But I just now got to the point to where I always have stables sitting there.
Right.
At first, I was I'll get my my paycheck.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go through Coinbase, get me some ETH, send it and take it to the bridge, bridge it over, whether it was ETH or DAI or whatever you got.
Right.
And then I would immediately just buy. But sometimes you might be DCAing and you see that the price pumped a little bit.
Yep.
And you're just like, I'll wait,
Yeah.
It'll drop a little bit, and then and so you'll just have that money there sitting, and lo and behold, it'll drop for you.
Yeah, and it's a good habit. It's a good habit to start learning as well, because there's a point in time where we talk about profits, and there's different ways of taking profits. But one of the ways to take profits is to simply convert it from a crypto of choice, we'll say PulseChain in this example, into a stablecoin crypto. That's one way to do it. And I think that's probably going to be the primary way, at least in the initial run up, for a lot of individuals. And what I mean by that is, what I preach to everyone is take profits on the run up, guys. Don't miss out on profits, but do it in a smart way. Do it anywhere between you take out 5 to 20% each time the price doubles, and know what the price is when you're buying and that kind of stuff. Very simple to keep track of this stuff. But if you know, for example, you're buying PulseChain and the price right now on PulseChain is 0.00004, then when the price reaches 0.00008, you just take out 5 to 20%. And that's converting it from the stable or from PulseChain into a stable coin. Right. And then you hold it. Why do you hold it in that stable coin? Because the off chance that it continues to pump may not be there just yet. And the chance that it continues to drop or it drops after a pump is also there. So you can actually buy back on some dips if you have that cash ready to deploy. Mm-hmm. Then there's taking profits into a fiat world, and that's completely different. I find that take a look at when to take profits around that time. 2025, you should take out more profits. And then if we're still in the bull market, 2026, that should be like the last little final straw where you've either seen the top and it's coming back down. Take out that last profit to last you for the next 4 or 5 years, whatever it is you need to live on, you know? That's something that you're going to want to do. You don't want to typically just convert it into profit all the time into fiat, because taxable events, y'all. Now, do your own research. Those are on that one. I'm not here or anything like that. I'm not.
Yeah. Yo, is your audio okay? Disciple, you hear ATX well?
Yeah, it seemed like it dimmed out at the end a little bit, but I heard what he said, but it
weird. How's it sound now?
Now it's perfect.
Nasty. I mean, in a good way, nasty.
Weird. Okay. I don't know.
It
Okay.
kind of like it phased out for a second, you know.
Yeah. That's
now.
weird. All right, cool. Well, so the idea behind it all is, again, guys, have a plan. Put a plan in place. So it says the 5 Ps: proper preparation prevents poor performance. Shit. Make sure that you have at least a strategy of when you're going to take profits. There's people who recoup their money investment. So if it goes up 10x, you pull out 10%. Why do you do that? Because it recoups your investment. And then all that else is just additional money that you can go and do what you will with, right? There's other people who wait and take out profits every 5x and just have a schedule there. Make sure you put something in place, though. That's what I'm saying. Put a plan, write it down. I mean, Disciple, talk to us about this. But what is the difference between writing it down and just thinking about it?
Writing it down makes it real. You can have a thought, you can have an idea, but it's not real until you write it down. You have to get into practice, and this is a success principle. I mean, even God himself had people write down his thoughts. You know, he's like, hey, you prophet, write this down, and so make it plain and put on the tables, right? So writing it down, it creates ownership.
Right.
When you write something down, it kind of creates ownership of your thoughts. And you know, it got to the point to where I even write stuff on my mirror to where I see it every single day. You know, or whatever it is, you know.
I used to sticky note, just have it every day, something, write it down, right? Make it something that you see. I see some people make it their screensaver for what they're doing. Like if they have mantras that they recite to themselves every day, they actually make them screensavers. So that way, whenever they have a moment, they can take 30 seconds to reiterate and just say it and again, repeat. And the reason why you do that and just write it down or put it onto a notepad or something, some way, shape, form, is because it really does. Thoughts fade us. They go right by. They go in and they go out. How many times have you been thinking about something, change rooms, moment's gone, thoughts gone? Yeah, it happens all the time because literally by the your mind has a weird little thing that resets itself whenever you enter a new room, and it just resets so you can check out the new environment and see it, and it allows it almost like a reset. Which is why when you walk out, typically it's when you forget and they say, hey, retrace your steps, walk back the other way and see if you get what you were doing. There's many things there's reason why they say all this stuff, but this is something that, again, I'm a big fan of. You want to find a way to put forth a strategy that you can follow, guys, because at the end of the day, this is your own investment thesis. We can share all the things that we do all day. And will you take action? I don't know. But if you want to make it your own, you come up to listening to a whole bunch of people and then you find your own style and that's what you believe in. That's where you can say, cool, this is how I'm going to run it. This is how I'm going to do it. This is how I'm going to succeed. Absolutely. When I see XYZ, I will do XYZ. Simple.
Right.
No.
Right.
Well,
simple.
For me, all my success came from my ability to be a sponge. Yes, I am a sponge Bob. I would see somebody doing something that I would like, yo, you just bought a car. I'm like 18 and my homie just bought his own car. How the hell did you get that, bro?
Right.
Oh, I drive trucks. Oh, what? What's that? So how much you make? I make $1,300 a week. And this kid is 21 years old. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do that when I hit 20. I'm driving trucks, bro. I'll see what someone else is doing. I like what you did. I like that you got a car. I need to buy my own car. I'm going to become a truck driver then. And that's where the snowball happened. You know, I got my own trucking company now. And so with crypto, you see all these guys, these hexagons, And I'm looking at these dudes. And I'm like, bro, these dudes ran up how much money? Yeah, sign me up for that.
Right.
It's only the second wave. It's not the fifth, eighth. You know what I mean? Like, you telling me I got a chance to get in the second round of this? I'm sold, bruh. That's it. I'm not going to be selling. I'm not moving on. I'm going to sit and wait till I get what homie got.
Yep.
That's it. That's it, bro.
And you start writing it down. You know, it depends on what you got going on. You know, you say, okay, I make $90,000 a year. You know, I have such and such that I've put into Pulse or PLSX. Yep. Once it's at this price, I can take out a year's worth of my salary.
Yep.
You know, once it's at this price, I can take out 5 years worth of my salary. However you want to do it, you know?
Yep. Right. Yeah,
100% right there, man. Like 100%.
you look at your situation and you want to elevate. Like at the time when I saw dude driving the trucks, I was working at a grocery store pushing carts. You know what I'm saying? Thinking I'm cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? My manager's promising me a raise and we're gonna make you the helping hands manager. So you get to manage all the carts that are pushed in the parking lot. I'm like, oh yes, then I can make $10 an hour instead of $9.
Yes, please. Yep.
Yeah. Bro, it's like, bro, and then it starts to hit you as you get older, bro. Like, how is anyone supposed to survive off of $10, $11, $13 an hour? There's no possible way, bro. There's no.
Oh man, I would deal with all sorts of people who would be, mid 30s, mid 40s, mid 50s, making like 2,500 a month, and I'm like, what have you done with your life? Like, my ambition's so much higher than that. I just like. I hear that and I'm like, no way, bro.
It's not to knock anybody, man, but you gotta find, for women, I don't know what to tell. I mean, I just don't know, but I know a lot of way out for women is becoming a nurse. But I understand it's very expensive to go to school and whatnot. But for young men listening, bro, get your goddamn CDL. It is you just move things. That's it. You drive a truck, you move things. You can make $100K right now, yearly. You know what I'm saying?
I gotta jump off real quick, guys. Hold on, just
appreciate you being here, dog. Appreciate you being here, man.
I might jump right back on, but
okay. Yeah, man. For young men, bro, like that CDL thing saved my life.
Right.
I don't know. I wasn't educated. Like I went to good schools, blah blah blah, but I just wasn't into it. I was never gonna become a nurse. I was never gonna become a doctor. It just wasn't my thing. I needed something that was gonna make money where I could just use my hands. You know what I'm saying? And,
yeah, I mean, there's a couple different ways. Shit, I saw like the UPS driver talking about making like the UPS is doing like 175 or something like that. It was wild, the fact that they're just like starting there with like 5-year contract type deal and all this other crazy stuff, but which isn't even that long in the scheme of things, right? So you start looking, but one thing I've said is like sales. If you can get into sales, make a commission-based job at least. So that way the amount of time and effort that you put forth, you can get back based on your performance, not based on you working a certain hours per day.
Right.
So that's always one of the fun ones. But yeah, I mean, we can always discuss that all day. Don't get me wrong, my boy. That's one of the crazy things. We have someone asking, of course, is 200 million PulseX enough for the Loch Ness Monster?
I think so.
I've always said there is have levels, right? Like your first level should be attainable within one purchase. Second level, something pretty close. Third level could be 200 million. Fourth level could be 400 million. Fifth level, let's go for $500 million. And that way you at least have levels that you can reach for.
What I don't like is how the goalpost keeps getting pushed back. Like I'm a streamer, yes, but I watch. I got people I watch, and these are people that have been in the community from day one. And I just hate how they were on stream comfortably saying, oh, yeah, 10 million pulse is more than enough, or 10 million PulseX is more. And then it's just every episode is, oh, you might want to get 100 million. Oh, you might want to get 200 million. Oh, you might want to get it. Look, man, I'm going back to the mindset of people before this thing launched. There was a time where people told you 100 million PulseChain was enough. And so when I see someone say 200 million pulse, yes, I think you'll be fine. For sure. I don't want to keep pushing the goalpost back on you guys, but that doesn't mean stop where you're at. If you got it and you could keep going, why not? You know what I'm saying? Not financial advice.
That's my way of looking at it. That's 100% my way of looking at it. It's a stance of like, you have to imagine 10 T-shares could be a goal for Hex, and then 100 T-shares could be a goal for Hex. But like, what happens when you attain that goal? And this is going to happen to a lot of individuals, not just in T-shares, but your portfolio value is going to hit a certain number, and that's going to make you pause. And that pause could be the difference between you crushing the future and then you just doing decent, right? And so what I mean by that is when you see your portfolio go from 10,000 to upwards of 200,000, right? And that's just a 20x, which isn't anything too crazy, by the way. So you go from 10,000 to 200. Well, some people have never had that amount of wealth in their life.
Yeah.
Right. And it's going to make you pause. And sometimes that can be the action where you don't take action and it could cost you. Right. And that's one of the things that, like, I definitely see that being the factor, but that's also why you do want to have a plan in place, because it's not just about, is 200 million PulseX enough? No. What are you going to do on the profits on the way up? right? So say you got 200 million PulseX right now. Are you taking profits along the way? Because if you are, then you're doing it the right way. If you're waiting until the tippity top, that also can work out. But a lot of times you're trying to hit a home run, and most people can't. And so it's not worth trying to go for the home run every swing. Instead, just get something, live comfortable. And so that's what I wanted to remind everyone about, right? It's like 200 million. Hell yeah. That's good. That's good. You know what I mean? Especially if you just do fun math. Like, let's just do fun math on it. Like, you have 200 million tokens, and even if it just reaches 0.001, you know, again, that's 200,000. Not enough to retire on, don't get me wrong, but for people to be in a certain place where that's only 10x from sacrifice, by the way, 20x from where we are, or, you know, 100x.
The world doesn't, look, I need people to get it out of their head, because stop thinking I must retire this cycle. That'll be great if it happens, because that's my mindset. If I can retire, great. But like you said earlier, live comfortably, y'all. Yep. Okay, you got kids growing up, you got a wife, you got a girlfriend, whatever. Make them happy, be there, be present. Don't be watching us all day and just like, I got to get this money. I need $1 million. I need to retire. Man, if you are able to run up $250,000, $300,000, take care of some debt, still have money in the bank, and then be able to buy the low of something else in the future, that's a beautiful outcome. Don't get discouraged. Don't be the guy that watches the million with a 200,000, like Silvertooth or whatever his name is, and he's like pissed off, hates crypto, leaves the whole space. Like, you still won. Yeah, you lost $1 million. You're still sitting on 80 to 100,000. It's not the worst thing ever, bro. I get it.
Right.
But you still ran up 100K, man. If you still have a poor life with 100K as a safety net, something's wrong inside.
Well, that was one of the things I told you. Whenever I first sold the house and like just had that money put into the bank account for me, like that was the first time I really kind of like had good money just put in, right? Because I'd made good money, but I'd also spend it on dumb shit. And then I kind of like starts putting things in perspective where you're like, all right, cool. I could either pay off everything and just be done, or I can portion this in a way that allows me to live a better life and do things a certain way. Absolutely. And that's kind of, you know, everyone's going to have their own approach. And a lot of people, you're going to have to make that determination for yourself. Like we talked about, y'all. Like, it's going to
that's key.
100%.
What matters to you? I had to figure out what matters to me. Like you always talk about, what is your why? And it's literally, I figured out after watching my friends, after watching people on Instagram, after looking at my own life and what I used to splurge money on, I realized, you know what I want? I want more vacations. I want more time with the family. I want more time with Disney World. That's it. Now, Range Rovers and Lambos are cool. Don't get me wrong. I'd love to, and being retired and never having to work again is cool. But if I could, the bare minimum for me is, man, I want to go on vacation once a month. You know, if I could do that, bro, my life is amazing. And that's just my life. That's how I look at it. No one can tell me what works for me. And y'all need to understand that no one can tell you what works for you. So figure that out.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. So trying to sell the top is like trying to be the best rapper. You don't need to be the best rapper to live comfortably. Facts.
Woo! That was some bars.
And live free. Yeah, I mean, 100%. Crypto Chino is asking, how do you guys feel about the main dex not being available for eHex? I feel like the on and off ramp just got a lot harder now. Not sure if it's going to have a crazy run like PHEX. So, you know, I always make the reference that because of the whole design of the ecosystem that we're in, people are going to need a place to put their profits. No matter what, people are going to want to store their value, right? They want a place to store their value. And I've always found Hex to be that place. And because of the PulseChain launch, obviously all the good stuff that came about it, the prices are where they are, neither here nor there. I don't see them going ever this low again in the future type deal, right? Like, I just don't see it being possible because there's never going to be another layer 1 launch. There's not like a PulseChain launch, like all these things that happen. So when it comes down to eHex, I think people are going to look for T-shares and the amount of T-shares that they can get based on the amount of time that they're doing it for. And so if prices stay relatively the same, but you can get double the amount of T-shares over on the Ethereum Hex side, that's a good incentive as to why you would want to go over there, right? And it's not always going to be that same 1-to-2 ratio, but that's where it is now. And so people are going to say, cool, I can go get 100 T-shirts here for 90 days, or I can go get 200 T-shirts here for 90 days.
Hey, man. Hey.
Right? And
I'm a cheap guy. I like whatever's cheaper. That's just how I move.
And that's what people are also going to be looking for too. And, you know, and so we're going to be finding out. We're going to see how it's all going to play out. This is a fun little just discussion in general, because you had it to where you had your hex and you got it all copied over. So if you had your stakes, it got copied. So you're good there. And so you don't have to worry about it, you know, in that regard. And if you're just now getting here and you're just now setting up, then you have the option to either go with the PulseChain network, where you're going to have probably more or less expensive fees overall. But if the run up's still the same for both tokens, so say PulseX goes and does a 50x and eHex goes and does a 50x, and it's still a 1-to-2 ratio in the future, for example, does it really matter?
Does it matter? No, it doesn't matter,
no,
bro. All I pay attention to is ratios. That's it.
And so that's and then if it comes back into a more of a inline ratio, God, that's even more reason why eHex could be the main.
There it is. And that's how I'm looking at PulseChain and PulseX. Like, it's like, yeah, obviously you want the layer 1, but if you missed out and you loaded up more on PulseX and that ratio has been staying the same, what happens if the ratio starts closing in? Right. You know what I'm saying? PulseX never got to be worth the same as PulseChain, but imagine if it starts getting worth almost as much. Like, bruh, I like having the most tokens. That's just how I operate. I love having more tokens.
Oh, quantity, because then it just comes down to you multiplying that quantity by whatever future price that you have in mind, or what's possible in the future. And you say, what if it took 5 years or 7 years? And what if the price of Hex on that time is $7? God damn, I'm doing pretty freaking good.
Do you want 200 million of something, or do you want 1 billion of something? That's just how I'm like, you know, I know, yes, the 200 million could be worth more than the billion, but that sound of knowing you got 1 billion of something that was created by RH, I'm good with that. A billion. Oh, shit.
Dosti's is asking, Johnny Chaos was saying, don't get tied up in paper gains. Do you agree? Like, did you really lose 100,000 if you only really invest of that? Makes sense. Yeah. So Dosti's, he's right. There's a reason why you don't want to focus. You want to be mindful of, don't get me wrong, because guys, like, we're all in this to make some money. Let's not fucking kid ourselves. Hello. So you want to be mindful of where your portfolio sits, so you are taking profits along the way, like we just got done talking about moments ago. But don't let that be of the outcome that you may do, because you can have the same thing, whether it's $100,000 here or $5,000 here, because of a 95% drop, right? But you have the exact same amount of tokens. So if you believe in the asset that it can go back up to the price it was when it was at 100,000, are you going to accumulate more tokens so you can benefit that difference right there at these prices? Or are you just going to wait until it goes back to those levels and make it 100,000 again? That's just your choice. But paying attention to the numbers on paper gains is not something to be mindful of, because y'all all will get to see this. Your portfolios will go from whatever it is to 10, 100, 500x more than what it is right now. Imagine whatever you have in your portfolio, folks. Imagine. Do the math yourself on your own portfolio. I'm not even going to do math in this situation. Do the math on whatever you have in your own portfolio and multiply that sucker by an average of 200. Let's just see what that turns out to be. And then you'll be shocked at what the portfolio balance could reflect at that time. Hopefully, you've taken profits along the way. Hopefully, you've even been able to buy more of the dips along the way as well by taking profits. That's just a part of the journey. Right?
Oh my gosh, I just feel so lucky, man. I feel like I finally got in. I finally got into something.
Yep.
You know, just getting in is a good feeling. Because how many times have you heard of something like Hex, for example, where you missed out? Them dudes got rich already and you just getting in. PulseChain ain't do the move yet, y'all. PulseX ain't do the move yet. You are in before the move.
Yep.
So, hey, man, we're in a very good position.
All of them, I mean, okay, yeah, cool. Imagine if PulseX flips Pulse, the Hex blend. My God, dude, I think, hey, but here's my deal. In the future, you have to understand too. This is only gonna be here, and it's just gonna keep going. The buy and burn function is always gonna apply. It's all that good stuff. So maybe not this bull run, but what if in the next third cycle of bull run, it's just there and it outperforms? Like, who knows? But are you around at that point still? Hopefully.
It's easy to get 1 billion PulseX now. It won't be easy for long.
Facts,
Yo,
man.
Come the next cycle, bro. I mean, the bottom of the next cycle, I think it's still gonna be hard to get billions of this stuff.
Right.
You know, you ain't able to get 100 million, 200 million, but this is the time. This is the time you want to get it now, man. This is the time.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like I said, have your short-term goal, near-term goal, mid-term goal, long-term goal, and then like a crazy unattainable goal. And for me, guys, that unattainable goal with Hex was attained. Like, let's just be real. Let's just get for a second. The price has gone down at levels that I never thought I would be able to reap the rewards and see. Guys, you have to. This is pre-big payday levels for Hex right now. My God, we've seen what it went and did from there. And just going back to those prices, the numbers get pretty wild, y'all. The numbers get pretty freaking wild, and it's not that far out of reach.
There has been no hacks on the bridge. You know, Hex has been working the way it's supposed to.
Yep.
Nothing has changed.
Yep.
If that doesn't tell you what the future is, good luck, man. We've seen problems with every other coin. Every other coin has problems. Hex don't got no problems, dog.
I mean, he's saying the best right here. I mean, look at this comment right here. I've been stacking that EHEX lately, right? Feels good because I almost doubled my stack already. Facts. So cheap. I'm excited to go back to 3 cents, to be honest. That is the level at which you want to be stacking. So that way, when it just reaches certain levels, you're good. Like, that's what you should be focusing on. This comment right here, Spoofy says it all right here. Literally, like, is saying that just hitting 3 cents again, things look fucking great. And that's not that far-fetched. Or do you really, like, do y'all not see that happening? Like, I know, like, if I see 50 cents happening, I see 3 cents happening. Let's be real there.
You don't want to be retired at 10 cents PulseChain. You want to be retired at before it even reaches a penny. How about that? Make that your goal. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd love to have 10 cents PulseChain, but we got a lot of scumbag sharks and assholes in our community that are going to hold us back. They're going to be dumping. Yep. So you got to join. If you can't beat them, join them.
Facts.
That's it. Get the bag up and sell with they goofy asses. You know what I'm saying? But I hope it goes. I would love to see 10 cent PulseChain and 3 cent PulseX. Can you, bruh? I know you are gonna be, man. You probably not even gonna talk to me no more at 3 cent Pulse.
No, that's hey, 3 cent hacks. We just end up on yachts all of a sudden. I don't know how we ended up here.
You're gonna be looking at your phone like Westcott Crypto. Who the? I don't even know this thing. At 3 cent PulseX.
Yo, hey, that's what I'm saying. No, get some friends that you can appreciate this whole run up as well. Cause I know my broke ass friends from shit that I grew up with that damn near I grew out of real quick. Absolutely. Yep. Did not take advantage of it all. And so while you get to be fun, rich, and retired, you want to be around other people who can be fun, rich, and retired with you, my boy. Absolutely. And that's what PulseNation's creating. Yes. That's what this community is creating. That's what we're about right here is putting a system together that allows us to interact with each other and be with other like-minded individuals, folks.
Yeah, absolutely. We're part of the community. It's just gated. We put a gate around it. Okay, so you got to hit the buzzer before you could just walk up in here. But
and that's what Chris Hay says. A 3 cent hex, I'll be breaking even. Perfect. But again, like I've shown the math on this in a fun little way as well in the past. But like if you're average, and I can probably pull it up real quick just for S's and G's if you know, might as well. So it's actually pulled up again. So let me go here. Make this, we'll say 3 cents, 0.03, and that'll just be the average.
Yeah.
And what is the price now? 0.0034, something like that.
Absolutely, Spoofy. We are a new friend. You're my new friend too, dog. That's it, man. That's why I came to crypto. I needed new friends who are about getting money.
Yep. Oops. Let me get rid of this one real quick. Give me 1 sec here. All right, cool. We're gonna go flip it over to this one. All right. So this is a simple little DCA calculator. Like if your average is 3 cents right now, again, just right now, and you put in 10,000, I don't know how much you have invested, all that good stuff, right? This is just simple little math. That would just show that you have roughly about 333,000 tokens at that time. You can come in right now with $1,200 a purchase at the current price that it's at right now and get damn near double the tokens that you have, and it lowers your average cost as well to 1.6 cents, meaning that once you get above that, you're golden. And so, like, let's just say you had a crazy amount invested, and let's just go with 70,000 at the 3-cent level. And this is just kind of showing what the average price is and all that good stuff and your overall costs and all that good stuff. Well, then, yeah, you're going to need to come in a little bit heavier. But again, it's not that far. $5, that'd be funny. It's not that far-fetched to just come in here with 5,000. But look how much it lowers immediately your average price. Like, you came in with 70 here at 3 cents an average. And if you just come in with 5K, shit, even just going with 1,000, folks, it still lowers it immediately, almost by 10%. And then again, you just do that same thing once again. Hey, another month goes by, you got another 1,000, cool. You got another 1,000 right there. Now your average is 2.4 cents, and that's that's 70,000 that you were in here. But don't miss out on taking advantage of this. Is so big for so many people to understand. This is huge, y'all. This is massive, and look how fast it can lower your average price. And the benefit there, once you lower your average price, is that when these things start taking off, you only have to get to that number, and then everything else above is profit immediately. Immediately.
Yo, I didn't even know that calculator existed. I love that calculator. I want to go check that out. But I want to address this. I normally don't do this, but I see Dark Sparrow says, "What in the holy scams is this?"
What's up, Dark Sparrow?
All I want to say to that is, bro, what should we be invested in? Like, what's the ultimate investment? I want you to tell if you're still watching, comment. Let us know what's the ultimate investment. What's better than what we're talking about right now? That's it. You know, I like to know things.
Yeah.
So,
dude, we've always been open-minded with that too. It's like tell us the better crypto that's there, folks. Like, we want to hear.
Don't just call us
show me the meme Don't do coin that just came out. Don't show me a coin that has an anonymous founder. Don't show me that shit. But tell me something that's got quality market fit, quality good product market fit. We'll talk.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. So I mean, I guess there's no answer. I mean, but we'll see. I mean, if you know what's a better investment, let us know. But we're not financial advisors.
We're two niggas who just chill and talk about fun little things in life, my boy. You know what I mean?
Look, I like PulseX. Nobody got to buy it.
Ain't no personal investment managers, but investment,
You know that. Now, if it's never financial advice. So I'm not even trying to fight or beef with dude, but it's just being honest. Like, we just like our coins and we want to talk about it. I don't need anyone to buy this. I believe it's going places with or without y'all. Like, real talk.
What I love is just the fact that you, like I said, the reason why we stream and the reason why I love streaming in general in the first place is because we all say essentially similar topics, similar discussions, similar ideas, and similar concepts.
Right.
The thing is, everyone hears it differently. Right. And so I've said this example in the past, but if you've ever been in a situation where you have someone explain you something, we could even say a spouse or a significant other, and they come and explain something to you and you don't hear it, you can't take it in, you aren't listening, whatever, for whatever reason, it doesn't sit with you. But then your buddy comes in, says the fucking exact same shit verbatim, and I promise you will hear it differently.
You're right.
And that is something that happens in general. So what we do is just put our own perspective of different ways of explaining the same topic. And that's why I break it down with the DCA, because sometimes it's as simple as just like, I didn't realize it was that simple to lower my average. And a lot of people don't. A lot of people don't know that.
You're spitting facts, man. And another thing to add on to that, a reason why I stream is because, like you said, you'll talk to a significant other, you'll talk to a friend about crypto, and they're just not into it. When you talk to people that are into what you're into, you can actually have a conversation. Who am I going to talk to about PulseX outside of this ecosystem? No one cares.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you want to just talk to somebody about something you love, something you're interested in, and we're providing a platform for people to do that.
We talk about investing like $1,000, $2,000, $10,000, but you have to understand, like, go talk to your fucking normal everyday friend, and I can almost guarantee you they don't got that money just sitting there.
Absolutely.
Right. So you've already been forth and doing something in your effort to make sure that you can have a life that you want to have, but they don't want that same life. They don't want this. They don't have the same vision. They don't have the same budget and financial control that maybe you do. Or maybe they just don't have the job that pays them well enough to be able to invest on what they want. And so you can go talk to them. Hey, man, you should, like, come on, man. I'd love to help you out, walk you through the steps. I'm teach you the game, teach you the rope. If you're interested, I'm happy. I'm here. And then they're like, nah, I'm good, man. I'm good. They're like, what's your plan? They're like, I don't have one. Okay. All right. Like,
exactly, man.
So I want to talk to someone who's got vision, who's got ambition, who's got just a fucking just like a crazy cloud of an imagination that says, bro, in the future, we banging bitches on boats everywhere. You know, like, excuse my language, but you know what? Like, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, I just need someone who just like give me a crazy imagination, a wild world, and I'd love to go down that rabbit hole with you because I'm in that journey. Like, let's go figure out what the end of the rabbit hole has.
As you get older, you start to care less, and you want to be around like-minded people. And if people aren't on your same wavelength, you kind of move on from them. And I moved into this ecosystem because I found people who are like-minded.
Yep.
And life just gets better from there. That's literally how it works. I mean, they tell you are the sum of your closest 5 friends or whatever. And the Whales just stepped in here, man. We got about 10 minutes, man. What's going on, Whales?
Yo, what's good? Had to check in. What's good with y'all, man?
Salute,
I got 20 minutes, Whales. What is going on, brother?
Good, man. I'm good. How y'all living, man? Y'all enjoying these nice low prices while they last?
You mean make money every day regardless of what's going on? Yeah,
pretty much. Yeah. Pretty much.
Absolutely.
Bro, there's money just spitting out left and right in our ecosystem without even fucking with meme coins, bro. What are we talking about?
Look, bro, I tried to tell people months ago and they still haven't figured it out, so I don't know.
Correct.
You know.
Yeah, dude, that's what's funny. Gloria said, this is my second bull run. I give thanks for finding Richard's project. You know what I mean? And that's one of those, like, awesome. There's only so many projects that are here sticking around 4+ years. And not only that, have communities that have stuck around for 4+ years. Guys, Hex is almost there. We got 2 more months. 2 more months, folks, before Hex reaches 4 years old.
I just want to remind people, perspective is everything, right? So our ancestors came here on wooden ships. You can't hold the damn coin for 2 years. Like, can you imagine? It was traveling for 40 days and 40 nights on wooden ships. People dying left and right.
Yep.
You can't hold it. You think your life is hard? Come on, man. Hold a goddamn coin for a couple years and see what happens. Like, Jesus. And not for you, for your family, for your future. That's what they did it for. Our ancestors had to get on them damn ships and say, we got to find new land because whatever's going on over here ain't working. We don't care if we're going to go up against waves, sharks, weather. We going to make it to this new land for the future of our civilization, for our kids. And that's what we're doing right now. It's a different version.
Well, and then let's just talk about Prestige Worldwide. Yeah, bro. Prestige Worldwide from Step Brothers. Shout out. That's hilarious, man. Because we're talking about boats and banging. So that's hilarious, man. But what's crazy about the whole thing is we have a man whose focus is helping others. And like, not only that, helping others through teaching a different strategy mindset wise, because the mind is the whole thing in this whole situation. Well, talk to us about mentality, bro. You talk about mental hijack all the time and just your psyops and everything. Man. Talk about the mentality that you got to be able to attain and then continue to complete and actually work towards something at a higher level as well.
Yeah, I think that's one of those elusive requirements that life kind of has for you at every turn, right? Mm-hmm. Because no matter what you're trying to do, if it's great and if it's something that's significant, it's going to require mental aptitude. It's going to require mental strength. It's going to require, it's going to require you to do things you didn't think you could do or had to do. And this is the same thing with this crypto situation, Here comes this whole new thing that people don't really understand. And at the same time, you have people pretending to understand and then dismissing it, right? Those are the two extremes, right? Because I've been, you got to understand, in order to be able to speak about certain things, you have to have experienced them, right? And I've been at both edges of those extremes. I found Bitcoin in 2009, dropped the ball because I ended up dismissing it. Absolutely. You understand? And that's the thing. Everybody dismisses things they don't really understand fully. And it took me a while to decide that I needed to sit down, put in that work to really understand what was going on before I could make a proper assessment. Right? Because if we don't have all the data points that we need to have the proper picture, we're really just operating with a half shot, right? We don't really have the full shot. Right. And we don't know if we don't keep searching. That's the sad part, because a lot of us will think we have everything, but we really won't. Yep. It's like a process. It's a never-ending process of having to continuously search for information.
Oh man, beautiful stuff, man. Like it's like you literally have to learn from your mistakes, man. I did the same thing. Goofy.
Well, and that's why I don't feel like mistake being that way, because you have to if you see it as something you should have never done, meaning a mistake, meaning that should have never happened to begin with, then you're gonna have a hard time understanding the lesson that I had to teach you as well. And so you have to go through those lessons in order to. That's the thing. Because there are mistakes that you make. I make mistakes. You know what I mean? Like there's shit that should not be done that has been done, right? But at the same time, I don't see them necessarily as a lesson. The things that I see as lessons are things that like, what did I fuck up? What can I take away from this? What can I learn from this moment? And that's what I see lessons are, man.
Turn losses into lessons, bro. That's literally it. Go ahead, Wills.
One thing I wanted to say was, while we do get the majority of our instruction from our mistakes, it's important to always try to be reflecting and trying to always absorb whatever information is available, because you're not always going to get something from a mistake. That might just be a random interaction that lends you information and you just won't even realize it. And these are things I'm picking up now as I'm older. You know, they're not obvious when you're young. But always try to be receptive. Always try to be receptive to information, because you just don't know where the gem is going to come from.
That's the key, bro. Getting older, man, because like when you're young, you're just not thinking. You're not like, some people mature faster than others. I'm thinking of one thing, my homie's thinking of another thing. I'm thinking of fixing the club, my homie's like, yo, you looking into this Ethereum thing?
Right.
Man, right. I'll buy 2 Ethereum and I'll leave it at that. 2 weeks go by, that shit doesn't move. Yo, why am I holding this goofy shit? Sold. Meanwhile, he's sitting on it and adding to it, and then Ethereum does this crazy run. I don't even speak to the guy anymore. I don't know where the guy's at. The guy's probably in some stripper's vagina right now, enjoying his life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just like, bro, like that's what I mean by mistake. Like, bro, ignoring this guy, being immature.
With 10%, with 10% of 10% of 1 ETH in Shorty's ass.
And I'm joking, y'all. I don't want y'all to think I see people running around, oh my god, all Wes cares about his girls and the stripper. No, man, it's a joke.
It's to make it relatable. I think you got to make it relatable, and that's how you do it. People just like to take shit up the ass because that's what they feel like doing.
Absolutely.
Well, you could say you could say 100 things in the right way, but you just said one fucking thing and it just goes out the window, and they they stop listening. And
guys like
right.
That's why I never temper my vocabulary or whatever. You know, however I come across today is however I come across today. You don't like it, well, fuck off, because you just missed all this alpha. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're welcome.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah,
yes.
Don't matter. But at the end of the day, but here's the thing, man. Here's the thing that you people really got to understand, right? Because life is a mental game, right? And what that means is that everything that you do is going to require some mental acuity on your part. Like, think about it. Every day you wake up, you got to do some shit you don't want to do.
Yep.
Every day. It doesn't matter unless you're living the life you want to live, which if you're watching this stream, you're probably not, which is why you're watching this stream or even on this stream.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
The whole idea is the journey to get you to that point. Yep. You know, imagine being able to do whatever you want with your time at your own will. Whatever that is, it doesn't matter if it's being employed or not. It's about you being in charge. And that's the thing that people can't wrap their head around. What does that mean to you is whatever it means to you. It's not going to be the same thing for everybody. So while some people can live the Kardashian life, other people got to go be busybodies and do nothing. in an office. Some people like that's just what they got to do. Everybody is whatever they are. The key is finding out who you are so you can actually discover what you want to do and try to approach it, because it's hard, man. You know, we're all trying to do these things that we don't even know we're doing.
That's beautiful, man. Figure out what works for you. Stop looking at everybody else and what they want. It's what works for you.
That's right.
What is best for you? And I think that is beautifully put, Wells. I love that.
I love whenever I hear this, and I know he said it so many times and he's heard it so many times, but Wales, you've helped so many people in the journey of Hex as well. Exactly, Satan.
Absolutely.
When I started looking up Hex, I immediately got hooked on Wales. Didn't understand what he said, but I felt he has all the knowledge. Thanks, Wales. And you know, and that's we've talked about this before in the past. But the idea of like the repetition and the reason why we say a lot of the similar stuff in different ways and different titles and different variations is because repetition is what makes you good at certain shit. It's what allows you to learn certain things. And Wales has been a master and at freaking repetition. And shout out to Wales for everything that you've done, bro.
In my best Kareem impression, repetition.
Right, I was thinking about the Kareem. Yeah,
repetition is
I was thinking about Kareem the whole time. Yeah.
Mother of all
Word
skills,
up. Y'all. Yep. Shout out to Kareem, because that's his line. Yep.
Yes.
He right on that, and that's what it is.
And
you know, I mean, think about it. How do you?
Go ahead.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, there's a reason why I know his line, because I've watched all the streams. I was there soaking all this stuff in. But go ahead, Wells. What were you gonna say?
Urban says, "Fuck the kids. I want a Lambo." Yeah, facts, man. Dino X5555 says, "I just sold 1,500 worth of watches. Went all into the RH ecosystem. Keep DCAing for at least 6 months."
I ain't mad at that at all. That's a beautiful thing. Wells, you there?
Yeah, Wells.
Yeah, hold on, because it was getting a little loud. Give me a second, guys.
Okay, got it.
So what I love about that right there is sometimes you have to take that lesson in life and just say, like DCC talks about it all the time. His vehicle that he bought right now that he has could be a Lamborghini, because he could have cashed it when he wanted to and just cashed out, got Hex with it, gotten a little beater car, and be driving a Lambo right now for the exact same thing. So the amount of money that you can make, you can go buy 10 of them watches with a simple 10X. And that's what I love. Simple 10X. And and again, like I've had people sell certain items before. Once they want to, like I said, go back and recoup that initial investment. Once you see a 10X, you pull out 10%, you've recouped your investment, my G. Then you go back and you get your watch or whatever it was that allowed you to get there, and you still have 9X in the game.
You sold one watch, you got 100 watches.
Yep.
You know, it's just literally it, That's it. Sell the watch, get 100 later. Screw it.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, everyone's gonna have a different level of what they want to do with it. But I've said this in the past: is you can look around your house and you can see shit that you haven't touched in years. You can also look at your budget and just see what the fucking money that you're spending it on right now. Like, I remember the very first time I did my budget, bro. I remember the very first time I was spending like $250 a week at just fast food joints. Just fast food joints. Wow. For lunch, guys. Like, that's what I'm saying. And it was wild because I'd be going different places all the fucking time. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, I'm spending $1,000 a month on joints for fast food? What?
Pay attention, y'all. That's alpha. That's alpha.
If I want. Yeah, you can. It's fucking easy. Right? But you don't know that until you actually do your budget. So, like, sometimes just go find out what you're working with and you'll be shocked. You'll be shocked the amount of money you spend on stupid.
That right there was the alpha. That ain't Fibonacci. Oh, the indicator says no. Stop buying fast food, spending $250 That's the alpha. All right. This is what we bring to you on PulseNation. No Fibonacci nonsense. That goofy stuff. But yeah, man.
I appreciate that, man. But it's the reason why I bring it up is because it really does break it down like that sometimes. So let me switch this up here. Give me one sec here. Boom. I will go back like that. So this is one of those things that I bring it up because, guys, like, you don't realize it until you do it. You know what I mean? Until you actually take the time to figure it out and actually like break it down and check it out.
Right.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
So like, I was shocked the very first time I did it, and I challenge every single one of y'all just to look at what kind of stupid shit you're paying. I know we had like 5 streaming services forever. We only watched Netflix, so like, fuck, what I have 5 other streaming services for? Why am I paying for HBO Max and Disney Plus and all? Like, what am I paying for all that shit if I never use it? You gotta go through
the budget. Yep, you gotta make cuts.
And then you're like, oh shit, wow, I have an extra $1,000 a month that I can use to invest in what I want for my future.
Absolutely.
Cool.
And when you got a family and kids, bro, that fast food bills will go through the roof and you won't even realize it.
Real fast.
Yeah, I mean, I can't go out to eat without spending $100. You know what I'm saying? It's that's what happens.
Yep.
But I see we got the private chat going on over here. Yeah, man.
I can hear now. My bad.
You good?
There you go.
Okay, cool.
Good.
Yeah, man. But yeah, that's pretty much it, man.
Just fuck eating out, live on rice and peas.
Real shit. It's
you get you some fruit for sure. Definitely fruit all day, man.
I got one thing before we head out. This is something I want people to think on. Now, you guys know I'm a runner. I be running this shit, right? So now I remember when I first started running, I was a teenager, man. I couldn't fathom 1 mile. You know, now I run half marathons, no problem, or longer. You know, the question is, how do you go from 1 to all that? And the answer is, it's literally mental, because you can already do it. You just have to literally want to do it and decide you can do it.
Yo, at the older you get, the more you stop giving a F. You're just like, you know what?
I'm gonna just do it. That's it.
Yeah, because when you're younger, you're like, I
was not running 10 miles every other day when I was 25, bro. I promise you that. I was not. And I could have.
Right.
And I was not doing it. I wasn't. Now I do it, no problem. No effort.
Yeah, I got back in the running game again, too. You know, just recently, I'm running 3 miles a day and back on that little grind again. So, you know, my times are slow right now because I'm just getting back in, but you know,
it's a mental grind.
But again,
but it's a mental grind, and that's the point. Because you already know you can do it.
Yeah, and then you just go further the next time, and you go a little bit further the next time. So it's like before you stop, how far do you really push yourself, right? It's one of those like last little things. Same for working out in general. Are you getting that last rep in? Are you pushing till exhaustion? Are you pushing to a point of failure? Or are you just kind of going until you feel comfortable and a little burn? Right.
Oh yeah, part of getting older, part of getting wiser. There's things I used to see adults doing, and I'm like, man, I'd never do that goofy shit. I don't got time for that.
Exactly.
As I get older, I'm like, maybe I will start gardening. Maybe I will do some motivating.
Exactly, yo.
I found myself at Lowe's and Home Depot for hours. I used to look at my dad like, yo, Home Depot? Like, really? You go to Home Depot every day? And now I'm doing the same thing. No, I don't even know why I'm there. I'm just walking up the aisles. I think I might get some plants today.
That's God laughing at you, bro.
Yeah, bro. Yo, that getting older and getting wiser is a thing. And again, like, you can meet somebody on the street that's homeless that has more wisdom than you.
Like 100.
Yeah, it's bro. Because they've been here longer. They've seen it. Like, they can't be fooled. So, I mean, when new guys get into crypto, they're like, oh, this ecosystem's popping off. I'm going to go put all my energy over there, not realizing, bro, like, no, you might get wrecked over there. You might just sit and we already gotten wrecked so many times. We're not about to do that. Like, we're about to just sit in what we got because been there, done that, bro. You clearly, I got guys who talk about women with me or like, oh, my girl would never cheat on me. She would never do that. And I'm just sitting there like,
okay.
Yeah, you're gonna find out. Okay, you probably don't just be trusting all these women. They're not this angel you think they like. You got to learn, man. Like it takes going through stuff to learn from it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You got to burn your finger on the damn stove. Yeah.
Yeah, so South Texas Crypto says, tell me ATX that Whataburger number one meant me and be like $10, and that's what. Yo, you got a Whataburger here, and I said that the other day where I took the kids to Whataburger, and I'm walking out like $110 later or some shit like that, and I was just for like 4 meals, a drink, and I'm like, what the fuck? What? Like, I could go eat at a badass steak place if I really wanted to go and do that instead.
Don't go to
pay $150 and just appreciate that so much more. So, yeah, it's kind of crazy, man. But yeah, you be adding up real quick.
I think one meal at Shake Shack for me costs $23. I say, yo, you got
If you're going to Shake Shack, you're spending $25, $30, bro, for sure.
If you're going to Shake Shack, you might as well go to Ruth Chris.
Just take the extra jump. Just take the extra jump.
Go to Fogo de Chao. You know what I'm saying? Get the Brazilian slice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh yeah, Fogo de Chao all day, man. You get the little Brazilian charcuterie. Not charcuterie. What the fuck is what the hell is it called?
Chorizo. Yeah.
What the hell is it even called, man? Churichaka. I don't even remember what the fuck it's called, man.
Chorizo, yeah.
Chorizo, But that's what's absolutely freaking crazy, man. Imagine Wes rapping in Home Depot. Yeah, that's gonna be the next video. You're gonna be rapping in a Home Depot apron playing shit. Yo, and that shit'll still be fire.
That's fucking great.
It will, man. Just because you said that, we're gonna make that happen, yo.
They said Wells needs a new lighter. Look, man, we just, that's always a thing I laugh at, man. I was laughing. I debated on bringing a lighter into the stream. I didn't have it with me, but I debated just doing that in the background on my stream sometimes and just
right.
Because I love that sound, bro. I'm telling you, I love it, man. It's just one of those. Yeah, it resonates with me pretty well, But I'm a big guy all day, bro. You get a big lighter, them bitches last no matter what, bro.
Absolutely, man. Well, hey guys.
Every single time to this day, I find a Bic lighter on the ground. I pick that bitch up. I'm like, you still work?
Well, it's been a fun stream. We appreciate you guys. We got 100 people in here live. Shout out to everybody that showed up in the comments. And show up again. We do this weekly, y'all.
Absolutely.
I'm sure Wales will be streaming this week. ATX will be streaming this week. And then, I'm coming back Wednesday, Thursday. We might even do something tonight. You never know. We might have a surprise stream. So
like, share, subscribe, all that good content. Wales, much love to you, my brother. And we'll catch you next time, people. Peace.
Yeah, I'm ballin' in this bitch. Yeah. Money stay calling in this bitch.